Remember the first time you stumbled across a creepy secret in a video game? It probably awakened something in you, the desire to find more unsettling hidden things in the games. Sometimes they're put there on purpose, sometimes they're accidental, and sometimes folks really have no idea why they exist in the first place. To commemorate these wonderful and wild puzzles and conundrums, let's count down the top 10 scariest gaming mysteries. Coming in at number 10, we've got the gyroid face curse from Animal Crossing. Way back before Animal Crossing New Horizons took the world by storm, the adorable little life sim made its debut on the Nintendo GameCube, and things were a lot different back then. The music was a lot simpler, mostly consisting of cheesy little drum machines and goofy synths. The characters looked a lot weirder, and the villagers tended to be pretty rude until you proved you could be a good neighbor. Ah, the memories. Since then, all sorts of quality of life changes have been implemented and lots of glitches have been ironed out. One particularly popular, or unpopular mechanic of old is our good pal Rossetti. This helmet-wearing, pickaxe-holding mole would pop up from the ground if you ever forgot to save your game before shutting down. Thus began a seemingly endless lecture on the importance of saving, usually prompting players to never make that same mistake again. But some folks found out that you could potentially exploit not saving the game for profit. Nintendo saw this coming though. If you reset your console while visiting another person's village using connectivity features, when you booted it up next, your character would be itemless. Worse yet, their cute smiling face would be replaced with the trio of voids that make up a gyroid's mug. Creepy and tragic. But why the gyroid face? Well, these statuesque little creatures are based on ancient Japanese burial statues known as haniwa. Often placed on or in graves, they're said to contain people's souls. So is Nintendo stealing your character's soul for not following the rules? Why would they implement that? Coming in at number 9, we've got Beware the Giant Rat from Blood Rain 2. You know, this is good advice for all walks of life. If there's a giant rat around, you'd better be on your A game. No letting your guard down with an enormous rodent stalking the darkness. Unless you're playing through an RPG for the first time, but then you should probably leave Marshall the town rat be. But here's the thing, in Blood Rain 2 there is no giant rat. Or any giant rat that anyone knows about. But folks playing this game know very well to beware the giant rat. Well, how could this be? In the level Sewers smuggling route, there is a strange levitating rat-based Easter egg that nobody has found a satisfying answer to. At one point in the level, if you look up above Rain's head, you can see the words "Beware the giant rat" scroll by midair. It's not part of the environment or anything, it's literally just these words flying through the air. But where's the rat? Is it a secret that nobody's discovered yet? Or maybe a hidden boss that didn't make the final cut? Either way, you can be sure folks who stumbled across this message about context were definitely looking over their shoulders for the rest of the game. Did you hear that squeak? Coming in at number 8, we've got Hell Valley from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Wait, what? There's a place called Hell Valley in a Mario game? By Nintendo? Well, it's not officially called that. The real name of the location is Shiverburn Galaxy, but some files in the game refer to it as Beyond Hell Valley. And if you look in the right places, you can see some strange silhouetted figures watching on from a distance. Who are these watchers in the dark? Are they really from Hell Valley? After some digging, folks found out that the textures for these cosmic horrors were labeled Hell Valley Skytree. Doesn't give us much more information, but knowing that these oddly shaped stewards of the deep are watching Mario bounce around makes the whole experience a little more chill-inducing. Could they be eldritch monstrosities? Old ones finally coming to destroy Mario's sanity? Does Mario even have a hold on his sanity anymore? We might never know. Coming in at number 7, we've got What Happened to Doug Ratman from Portal. What a name for a dude living in the walls, right? Poor Doug Ratman. Test subjects at Aperture Science with particularly keen eyes and excellent problem-solving skills can find their way into many of Doug's filthy dens. Responsible for such classic gamer goofs like "The cake is a lie," he was once an Aperture Scientist himself. The sole survivor of a GLaDOS-led massacre, he now dwells within the walls of the testing facility, leaving frantic scribblings all over the place, alerting Chell to the malevolent nature of the organization. Now, he might not be as big of a mystery now, but when Doug Ratman was first discovered, people went nuts for him. He only made appearances in Portal through his wall writing, and a lot of it was vague Easter eggy stuff that had to be pieced together. This kind of mystery pointing to the hidden malevolence of Aperture Science was incredible, especially as players started realizing how dangerous the testing truly was. To find the hidden rooms and learn a little more about what was going on was an incredible search, especially in the early days of Portal's popularity. Of course, his story is expanded in Portal 2 Lab Rat, but that extra story and explanation doesn't detract from the original mystery. Coming in at number 6, we've got the Mysterious Stranger from Fallout. At first, this just appears to be a fun perk to have. Every once in a while, a mysterious stranger will appear in the wasteland and provide some assistance, fire some shots at your adversaries, draw some fire, then disappear. All good stuff. He's even decked out like an old film noir character. But there is more to the Mysterious Stranger than meets the eye. In Fallout 4, the mystery of the Mysterious Stranger compounded. Nick Valentine, one of the companions you can recruit at 4, is straight up mortified by the Mysterious Stranger's arrival. He's done a lot of research on this figure apparently, and will be totally floored when he finally catches a glimpse. So who is this strange helper, and what have they done to bring up such excitement and acclaim? Why are they helping your character? Until Fallout 4, the Mysterious Stranger was just a feature that could help you in a fight, but now there is some more backstory. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Strange Man from Red Dead Redemption. On a similar note, there is an unnamed character in the legendary open world western that has stoked a lot of conspiracies and theories. This top-hatted mustachioed man generates plenty of intrigue, and not just because he's well-groomed and dapper. There are a couple of missions you can take from this stranger which often make you partake in a moral dilemma. Do you donate money to a good cause? Should you convince an adulterous man to cease his transgressions? This is all well and good, maybe this dude is just a mysterious benefactor, but it takes a dark turn. During John Marston's last encounter with the strange man, the renegade cowboy opens fire on the enigmatic individual. Oddly enough, the bullets do no damage and cause the man no harm. He remarks that their meeting place is a fine spot and then disappears. Later on, that very same spot serves as John Marston's grave. How did this man know the spot would be significant? Was he involved in Marston's death? How was he able to survive being shot? Is he a messenger of some higher power? So many mysteries, all wrapped up in one figure. Coming in at number 4, we've got the pirate radio station from Far Cry 5. Ever tune into a strange radio station while you're driving around the middle of nowhere and hear something you think probably wasn't meant for you? It can be a chilling experience, right? Although these days everything is a whole lot more curated, so it's harder to run into something strange like this on the radio. But in Far Cry 5, you can run into some disturbing messages that haven't been explained. If you drive around a specific area, you might hear screams of pain and garbled speech, all mixed up in some awful static. Nobody has found any in-game events that correspond with this noise, and a lot of folks argue about whether it's strictly for immersion and to freak people out, or if there's something else to discover. Coming in at number 3, we've got Mount Chiliad from GTA 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a game jam-packed with strange happenings and legends. Some have actually ended up being true too after years of folks discounting them, but one mystery that still doesn't have a satisfying answer is that of Mount Chiliad. The tallest mountain in the game is home to a fascinating mystery, one involving aliens, eggs, and strange paintings all over the place. Players have theorized all sorts of stuff about these odd glyphs, but found no real answers in-game. Some answers have been found via hacking, but there's no guaranteed way to solve this puzzle without circumventing the way the game is supposed to be played. Is the Illuminati involved? Why are there aliens looking for eggs? Is there something that everyone's missing that will blow this case wide open? Rockstar has been pretty tight-lipped about it until now, but we'll see how it develops over time. Coming in at number 2, we've got Camdrome. Vaporware. You'll always provide the world with mysteries now, won't you? Back at PAX 2013, there was a booth that nobody could explain. A bloody monitor played short horror videos while a camera looked on. Lots of folks likened it to something out of a Cronenberg movie, which makes extra sense when considering the name. Organizers claimed not to know how it got there, and developers of other popular games said that their knowledge was limited or lacking. After a little more investigation, it turned out that Camdrome was some sort of ARG experience. But the mystery still remains unsolved. A select few people received emails from Camdrome with the subject line, "Camdrome lives." The email contained these messages. "We are not going to achieve a new world order without paying for it in blood as well as in words and money. Our problems can't be ignored. We are the problem. I am the answer. We are in this together. I am humanity." A very long string of letters and numbers that I'm not going to read out loud. "And you are 5 of 11. Absolve yourself of guilt. Breathe life into me." A creepy picture was included as well. Still no word on what any of that means, so maybe take a swing at it, see if you can figure it out. And coming in at number 1, we've got the freezer from Saints Row 2. Most of these mysteries are creepy within the context of the game, but this one in particular could actually ruin your disc. There's a hard-to-find figure in Saints Row 2 that players have come to know as the freezer. By using cheats in the Zombie Uprising minigame, you can get out of the normal play area and into parts of the rest of the game. This wasn't supposed to happen, but it works anyways. When players do this, they often run into the freezer, and this is really bad news. It's more of a person-shaped thing than a person, giving off some Invisible Man vibes. And if you see the freezer, it will freeze your game. But that's not all. It's also been known to damage the game disc when this happens. So some entity from within the game is reaching out and preventing you from playing again if you've seen it. It's like a real-life creepypasta. Lots of folks have ideas as to who the freezer really is, from a dev-implemented safeguard against cheating to an unfortunate glitch that causes lots of damage. Or maybe it is a sentient entity living within Saints Row 2. What do you think? Really makes you want to boot up some of these games to figure out what's going on, eh? Be careful though, you might bite off more than you can chew. So what'd you think of the list? Have you ever encountered any of these mysteries? What's the spookiest thing you've ever come across? Make sure you let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.